Hey, good morning.
Hello, hello.
Good morning.
How's everyone?
Yeah, and for those of you that don't know who we are, I'm Bear
I'm Billy.
and Billy next to me. And every once in a while, we get together to not only have a good discussions, usually over coffee, but we want to make a video on our thoughts. And if you can gain from that, that's great. Um, Not that we profess to have all the answers, but
Hmm. Yeah,
you
wear
know,
what fits and discard the rest.
yeah. So this morning we were talking about unconditional love, talking about the divine feminine and the divine masculine,
Hmm.
and sharing our love. And when we look at the world today, we can see where the world needs a lot of love,
Hmm.
really does. A lot of nurturing, a lot of hugging, a lot of just being there for each other. We're
Hmm.
going through some very difficult times right now. And so we all really need to step up and share our love, and and we'll get through all of this. We will.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
Yes. Well, yeah. The world, yeah, the nurturing aspect. We always talk about the divine feminine, and that's what that energy is all
Yeah,
about. And yeah, the world does need the divine feminine, and she's here now. She's back. Um, and we can see it in many different places, but we can also see in areas where it's lacking, and then it's like, oh, what do we do here? And it's really about just you, even you just showing up and being the love that you are is already helping ground
yeah,
and bring that energy. But we're observing now, this is that whole ascension time, the 3D, 5D. And so we're seeing everyone's stuff is kind of coming up to heal. And so, yeah, we're even more so now in a time for nurturing because everyone's raw,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
The relationships, like, so our thing is kind of like, okay, well, yeah, we can choose, but yeah, we still have to go through our stuff. So how do we bring this energy back? And a lot of our conversations were, well, anything that's related to the divine feminine or that nurturing aspect, it's kind of like we've been programmed out of that. Like
yeah.
the feminine long ago had to take a back seat, and that whole nurturing. Well, what does that look like in a world and the times that we are in now?
Exactly.
And so, what do
And
you
I
think?
can I can see it happening, especially in relationships between men and women.
Mm-hmm.
It's very different now than it used to be. And in my history, I've always worked with a lot of men in the military and in the fire department. And I've listened to men, both married and single, but I've listened to them on that what I would call the divine masculine, um, getting in touch with their own feelings and how they relate to their wives or girlfriends and society in general in terms of the female population. It's changed. It really has changed over the years. And you hear the phrase right now, quite common, of where are all the good men? Where did they go? And they're still there. It's just that they have pulled away.
They pull back. Mm-hmm.
They have pulled back. Um, some of the men that I talk to, they don't want to put themselves out there in that way. And when you talk to them, and a lot of stuff that I'm seeing in my research is that men they're not being heard right now. That's generally the comment that I hear the most is men feel they're not being heard. And so they pulled back.
Mm-hmm.
And so women, I, I'm not saying that I have the answers for that, but it would be, and I saw this scene that I thought was so neat on a video, is where the husband or boyfriend was sitting at the kitchen counter, and his either wife or girlfriend came up and just sat on his lap and hugged him, sat across his lap, and just held him tight. And he was on his computer, his laptop, and he stopped immediately. And they just held each other without saying anything. It was the most beautiful scene. And when I saw that, I thought, we all need that affection.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to be in a assigned time. It was all spontaneous
And unconditional.
and
Just
unconditional.
loving
Exactly.
freely in the moment.
And at that moment, I thought that's what the world needs.
Yeah.
The world needs a big old bear hug.
Yeah.
And, we've kidded about that, but it's so true.
Mm-hmm.
I am fortunate that I was taught by my father, and to this day, I give out many bear hugs. And I know men, well, primarily women, but men too, we all love the hugging, the closeness, the unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, you have one of the clubs that you attend, pretty large group, and I don't know how many women have expressed, and probably guys in their own way, um, how they look forward to this day just to get their bear
yeah,
hug. They come for their weekly physical, emotional connection. It's like
yeah,
this moment of freedom. There's no expectations, it's only just love being
yeah,
exchanged. And they're
yeah,
able to let go. And like you said, many times you've actually felt that person have a release.
yes,
And that's just more validation how badly we need it.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. So we offer in our conversation, and we offer to you to look at the world through those lenses.
Mm-hmm.
To say, how can I give a bear hug
Yeah.
to somebody, and in whatever way you can.
Yeah. And my version is, where is the divine feminine right now? And it's, we're here to anchor that in. This is her time to,
Yeah.
to bring balance back, to heal the planet. And so when you look around, where is that energy? Where can I nurture in the moment?
Yes.
Even if it is just going out and hugging a tree,
Yeah.
they need our love too. Look what they do for us. They help us breathe. So it's a good
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, the nurturing and just see where you could bring your compassion, help a stranger, give someone
Yeah.
a hug.
I see it all the time with people with their pets.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
they're free to
yeah.
do that. We've been so conditioned though with the recent past history to stay apart, and
Yeah.
it's just fear-driven programs, and that's been wired into us. But good news is we're so powerful who we are that we can rewire that. And the evidence is the world needs love, and it starts with us, and individually too, and loving ourselves, right? The big thing,
Yes.
right? Because if we're lashing out or blaming others or blah 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 blah, then we're just lacking the love for ourselves,
Exactly.
right? And we're kind of screaming for it, but yet inadvertently pushing people away,
Yeah.
So the truth is, we're all on some level just searching for love.
That's a really good point, Billy.
Mm-hmm.
When we really boil it down, the things that make us unhappy about the world are really, in many ways, we're unhappy with ourselves.
Yeah.
And we project that out to the world events, the people, and what have you. When we really go within and make that connection with the divine love of who we really are,
Mm-hmm.
um, if we all do that, the world's problems will go away.
Yes, and you're only gonna see and witness exactly where you vibrate
Yeah,
and what you know on a higher level and you have agreed to. So that which you struggle the most with, you're going to be the expert at. There's a reason you're going through it. So we just kind of have to learn to flip things and really bless them. Stop looking for what's wrong, but looking for what's right, or
yeah,
looking for the gift. Everything is that mirror, right? And
yeah,
it's to get to that evolution. This is part of our evolution. And so let's not curse things. Let's bless them. Let's rewire. We already know how the other stuff has worked, right?
yeah,
This is where we are now
yeah,
in a society that's separate, right? Too much separation throughout,
yeah,
and we're here to bring it back. Many of us now we're saying no, we're done. It's
yeah,
time to bring the love back because that's who we are.
yes.
You know.
And if we try and put any type of reasoning to what's going on in the world, I think this is the big lesson, is that we're looking at what is going on and seeing what we don't like.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to say to ourselves, all right, what can I change? What can I do
Yes.
to make it not only right within me, but that will bleed off into the world?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the overall lesson that why we're being exposed to all of this stuff. Um, and anyway,
Yeah, to take charge,
yes,
of your life,
right,
your world, like whatever's affecting you that's going on in the bigger picture in the outer world
yeah,
is affecting you on your inner world and it's coming to your backyard, let's say,
yeah,
in a way, but because it's meant to, because that's where your strength comes from, and all of it is just finding the love. It's like being forced to tap back in,
right,
Yeah, no matter what is before us, the answer is always love,
yes,
right?
yeah,
So let's practice just being there. And I feel like that's how we recreate back into or kind of heal this paradigm of separation. It's just time.
yeah,
It's time for
yeah,
us to come together.
yeah,
Be those loving communities. This is, we all need each other. We're one big happy family. And,
yeah.
let's nurture each other
Oh,
for the highest and greatest good of all, and the planet too.
beautifully said. So
Does that
with
mean we're
that
done?
in mind, I'm always a timekeeper
Yes. Oh,
here.
yes. Time.
With that in mind, we're thankful that you listened.
Yeah. May you
And
be nurtured.
yes, may you be
Yeah.
nurtured.
Feel it now. Feel the love coming through the
Yeah.
camera too.
If you need a bear hug or whatever's going on,
Mhm.
just come on over, or when you see me out there, because I give them unconditionally.
Yes. Free
And
of charge.
yeah, free of charge. So until next time, I hope you have a wonderful week, month,
Yes.
and we'll talk again soon.
Know you are loved.
Yes, very much so.
And allow the nurturing to come to you.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.